My fiancée posted a picture sitting on her ex's lap with the caption, "Some memories never leave." I did something she would never forget. I listed our engagement ring for sale online. She realized what I'd done only when her mom called screaming. My name is Ethan. I'm 29, and until 3 weeks ago, I thought I had my life figured out. I work as a financial analyst at a consulting firm in Seattle, making around $135,000 a year. Good job, good apartment, good life. I'd been with my fiancée Rebecca for 4 years, engaged for 6 months. We were supposed to get married next April at this vineyard in Woodinville that cost me a $5,000 non-refundable deposit. The engagement ring? $12,000. White gold, princess cut, exactly what she wanted. I saved for 8 months to buy it. Rebecca and I met through mutual friends at a rooftop party in the summer of 2020. She was a marketing manager at a tech startup, making about $85,000, and we just clicked immediately. She was funny, smart, ambitious, and beautiful. We moved in together after a year, started talking about marriage after 2, and I proposed last March on a weekend trip to Vancouver. She cried, said yes, posted about it everywhere. Her Instagram engagement announcement got over 800 likes. Everything seemed perfect. We had a joint savings account for the wedding, a shared calendar for planning, and a Pinterest board with 347 pins of centerpieces and color schemes. Her mom loved me. My parents loved her. Our friends called us #couplegoals unironically. But 3 weeks ago, on a Tuesday night, October 22nd, everything fell apart. I was at work late, finishing a quarterly report that was due Wednesday morning. Around 9:30 p.m., my phone buzzed with an Instagram notification. Rebecca had posted a new photo. I clicked on it without thinking much of it. The photo loaded and my stomach dropped. Rebecca was sitting on someone's lap at what looked like a bar or club. Not just sitting, she was leaning back against him, his arms wrapped around her waist, both of them smiling at the camera. She was wearing the black dress I'd bought her for her birthday. The guy's face was partially visible, and I recognized him immediately. Connor, her ex-boyfriend from college. The caption read, "Some memories never leave." I stared at my phone screen for a solid 30 seconds, my brain trying to process what I was seeing. Then I scrolled to the comments. Her friends were already reacting. At Jessica M: "OMG you two!" "Oh Megan K, reunited and it feels so good." At Amanda P, "Wait, what?" I refreshed. More comments appeared. At Sarah L, "Rebecca, you're engaged?" At Connor J, "Best night reconnecting with this one." Connor himself had commented. My hands were shaking. I tried calling Rebecca. It went straight to voicemail. I called again. Voicemail. I texted her. "What the hell is that Instagram post?" No response. The little delivered notification appeared, but no read receipt. I sat there in my office, the fluorescent lights humming above me, and felt like I was going to throw up. I closed my laptop, grabbed my jacket, and drove home. The entire 20-minute drive, my mind was racing. Was she cheating? Was this some kind of joke? Was she drunk and making a stupid decision? When I got home around 10:15 p.m., the apartment was empty. Rebecca wasn't there. Her car wasn't in the parking garage. I called her again. Voicemail. I texted, "Where are you? We need to talk. Now." Still nothing. I sat on our couch, the same couch we'd picked out together at West Elm, and waited. I pulled up her Instagram again. The post now had 156 likes and 34 comments. Half of them were confused friends asking what was going on. The other half were people hyping her up like she was single. At 11:47 p.m., I heard keys in the door. Rebecca walked in, her heels in her hand, makeup slightly smudged, looking startled to see me awake. "Hey, babe, you're still up?" she said casually, like nothing was wrong. "Where were you?" I asked, my voice calmer than I felt. "Out with some work friends." "Just drinks, nothing crazy." "Work friends," I repeated. Was Connor there? Her face changed. Just slightly, but I caught it. Oh yeah, he was. He's in town for a conference. A bunch of us met up. A bunch of you, I said slowly. So why did you post a picture sitting on his lap? She set her purse down on the kitchen counter. Ethan, it was just a fun photo. Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird. I stood up. You're engaged to me, and you posted a photo sitting on your ex-boyfriend's lap with a caption about memories never leaving. How is that not weird? Oh my God, you're being so dramatic, she said, walking toward the bedroom. It was just a joke. Connor and I are friends. We have history. It doesn't mean anything. Then why didn't you tell me you were meeting up with him? Why didn't you invite me? She stopped and turned around. Because I knew you'd react exactly like this. You get jealous over nothing. Jealous over nothing. My voice was rising now. Rebecca, you're sitting on another man's lap in a public photo while wearing the dress I bought you. That's not nothing. It's just a photo, Ethan. Jesus Christ, you're acting insane. Delete it then, I said. If it doesn't mean anything, delete it right now. She stared at me. No. No? No, I'm not deleting it because you're being controlling. I can post whatever I want. We stood there in silence for a moment. Then she said, I'm going to bed. I have an early meeting, and walked into our bedroom, closing the door behind her. I stood in the living room, my heart pounding, and realized something. This wasn't just about one photo. This was about respect, about boundaries, about the fact that the woman I was supposed to marry had just publicly disrespected our relationship and didn't see a problem with it. I didn't sleep that night. I lay on the couch, staring at the ceiling, and around 3 a.m., I made a decision. I got up, went to the bedroom quietly, and opened the safe where we kept important documents and jewelry. I took out the engagement ring box. Rebecca wasn't wearing her ring. She'd taken it off before going out, which I only now realized was another red flag. I took the ring, went back to the living room, and opened my laptop. I went to a high-end jewelry resale website I'd researched when I was originally buying the ring. I created an account and listed the ring for sale. Princess cut diamond engagement ring, 1.5 carats, white gold band, excellent condition, $10,500 OBO. I uploaded photos, wrote a description, and hit publish. The listing went live immediately. Then I took a screenshot of the listing and texted it to Rebecca with the message. Since you're reconnecting with old memories, I figured I should let this one go too. I muted my phone and finally fell asleep around 4:30 a.m. Update 1. I woke up Wednesday morning at 7 a.m. to my phone absolutely exploding with notifications. 53 missed calls, 87 text messages, 23 voicemails. Most were from Rebecca. Ethan, what the fuck? Are you serious right now? Call me immediately. This is insane. But there were also messages from her mom, her sister, and 2 of her friends. The one from her mom, Carol, was particularly memorable. Ethan, Rebecca is hysterical. What is going on? Please call me. We need to talk about this rationally. I ignored all of them. I got ready for work, made coffee, and checked the listing. 3 inquiries already from potential buyers. Around 8:30 a.m., as I was driving to work, Rebecca called from a different number, probably a co-worker's phone since I wasn't answering hers. I answered. Are you out of your mind? She screamed immediately. Good morning to you too, I said calmly. You listed my engagement ring for sale? My ring? How dare you? Technically, I bought it, so it's my ring. And you weren't wearing it last night when you were sitting on Connor's lap, so I figured you didn't want it anymore. That is not what that meant. You're being absolutely psychotic. I'm being psychotic? I laughed. Rebecca, you posted a photo on Instagram sitting on your ex's lap with a romantic caption while engaged to me. You refused to delete it. You called me controlling for being upset. So yeah, I made a decision. My mom saw the listing. She called me at 6 a.m. screaming about how our engagement is falling apart. My sister is freaking out. Everyone is asking me what happened. Maybe you should have thought about that before disrespecting our relationship publicly. Ethan, please. Her voice softened, switching tactics. I'm sorry, okay? I'll delete the post. Just take down the listing, please. We can talk about this. No. What do you mean, no? I mean, no. The listing stays up. And honestly, Rebecca, I think we need to seriously reconsider this engagement. Silence on the other end. Then, you're breaking up with me over one photo? I'm reconsidering marrying someone who thinks it's acceptable to sit on her ex-boyfriend's lap and post about it for the world to see. Yeah. She started crying. Ethan, I love you. I made a mistake. I was drunk and stupid. Please don't do this. You weren't too drunk to post it. You weren't too drunk to caption it. You weren't too drunk to argue with me about it. You were just drunk enough to not care about how it would make me feel. So what? You're just going to throw away 4 years over this. You threw it away the moment you posted that photo and refused to take accountability. I hung up. Update 2. By Thursday afternoon, things had escalated significantly. The ring listing had 7 serious inquiries, and I'd scheduled an in-person viewing with a potential buyer for Saturday morning. Rebecca had been staying at her friend Megan's apartment since Wednesday. She'd come by Thursday while I was at work and taken some of her clothes and toiletries. She left her key on the kitchen counter. Thursday evening around 6 p.m., there was a knock on my door. I opened it to find Carol, Rebecca's mom, standing there looking tired and concerned. Ethan, can I come in? I stepped aside. Carol had always been kind to me. She'd welcomed me into their family, helped with wedding planning, and genuinely seemed to care about me. Would you like some coffee or tea? I offered. No, thank you. I just need to understand what's happening. Rebecca is devastated. She says you're selling her ring and ending the engagement over one photo. I sat down across from her. Carol, with all respect, it's not about one photo. It's about what that photo represents. Which is a lack of respect for me and our relationship, a lack of boundaries with her ex. And when I confronted her about it, instead of apologizing or understanding why it hurt me, she got defensive and called me controlling. Carol nodded slowly. She told me about the photo. I'll be honest, I was shocked when I saw it too. It was inappropriate. Did she tell you that Connor commented on it with a heart emoji? Or that she refused to delete it when I asked? No, Carol said quietly. She didn't mention that part. I'm not some jealous, controlling person. I've never had a problem with Rebecca having male friends. But sitting on your ex's lap and posting it publicly while engaged crosses a line. And her reaction to me being hurt crossed an even bigger line. Carol was quiet for a moment. What do you want, Ethan? Do you want to end things, or is there a way to fix this? I honestly don't know, I admitted. Right now, I'm hurt and angry. I need space to figure out if I can move past this. And the ring? The ring is insurance. If we're going to work this out, she needs to understand that actions have consequences. I'm not going to be in a relationship where I'm expected to just accept disrespect. Carol nodded. That's fair. Can I ask you to do one thing? What? Don't finalize the sale until you two have a real conversation, face to face. No texting, no phone calls, actually sit down and talk. I thought about it. Fine. I'll hold off on selling it until we talk, but I'm not making any promises beyond that. That's all I ask. She stood up to leave, then turned back. For what it's worth, I think you're handling this more maturely than most people would. My daughter made a mistake, a big one. I hope she realizes that before it's too late. Update 3. Saturday morning, Rebecca texted me. Can we please talk? In person. I'll come to the apartment at 2 p.m. if that's okay. I agreed. She showed up at exactly 2 p.m., looking like she hadn't slept much. Her eyes were red, no makeup, hair in a ponytail. She sat down on the couch, and I sat in the armchair across from her. "I'm sorry," she started. "I'm really, truly sorry." I was drunk, and I wasn't thinking about how it would look or how it would make you feel. Connor and I are just friends. We have history, but it's just friendship now. Nothing happened between us that night beyond that photo. "Why did you post it?" I asked. She looked down. "Honestly? I think part of me liked the attention. Connor was always the guy that got away, you know? When we broke up in college, I was devastated. And seeing him again after all these years, looking successful and acting interested in my life, I don't know. I felt flattered. And I wanted people to see that we were cool now, that we could be friends. But you're not single, Rebecca. You're engaged. To me." "I know," she said quietly. "I know, and I was so stupid. I got caught up in the moment and the nostalgia and the attention, and I didn't think about you at all. And then when you confronted me, I got defensive because I knew I'd messed up and I didn't want to admit it. You called me controlling. You're not controlling. I was wrong to say that. I was deflecting." We sat in silence for a moment. "Have you been in contact with Connor since that night?" I asked. "He texted me Wednesday morning asking if everything was okay because he saw I deleted the post. I told him that you and I were having problems because of it, and he actually apologized. Said he didn't mean to cause issues and that he respects that I'm engaged. I haven't talked to him since." "You deleted the post?" "Wednesday morning, after our phone call. I should have deleted it immediately Tuesday night. I'm sorry." I leaned back in my chair. "Rebecca, I need you to understand something. I'm not trying to control who you're friends with or what you post on social media. But there are boundaries in relationships, and what you did crossed them. And your reaction to me being hurt made it so much worse." "I know," she said, tears starting to fall. "I know I messed up. I'm so sorry. Is there any way we can fix this? I don't want to lose you. I don't want to lose us." "I don't know," I said honestly. "I'm still really hurt. And I'm questioning whether you're ready to be married if you're still seeking validation from your ex." "I don't want Connor," she said firmly. "I want you. I want our life together. I was stupid and immature, and I let nostalgia cloud my judgment. But I love you, Ethan. I want to marry you." "Then why weren't you wearing your ring that night?" She looked surprised by the question. "What?" "Your engagement ring. You weren't wearing it when you went out with Connor." She hesitated. I took it off because I didn't want to lose it at the bar. I put it in my purse." "Was it in your purse in that photo?" "Yes." "So you consciously chose to take off your engagement ring before meeting up with your ex-boyfriend?" She didn't have an answer for that. I stood up. "I think you should go. I need more time." "Ethan, please." "Rebecca, I'm not saying it's over, but I'm not saying we're okay either. I need time to think, and you need to think about what you really want." She left, crying. Final update. It's been 2.5 weeks since that conversation. I've had a lot of time to think. The truth is, I love Rebecca. Or at least, I love who I thought she was. But that photo and her reaction to it revealed something about her character that I can't unsee. The need for external validation, the lack of boundaries, the defensiveness instead of accountability, these aren't things that disappear overnight. Last week, I pulled the ring listing down, not because we're back together, but because I realized I was acting out of anger. Rebecca's mom was right. I needed to process things before making permanent decisions. Rebecca and I met for coffee yesterday. We talked for 2 hours. She's been going to therapy to work on her issues with validation and attention seeking. She showed me her appointment confirmations, which I appreciated. She's been completely transparent about her phone and social media, which I didn't ask for, but she offered anyway. We agreed to postpone the wedding indefinitely. The venue was understanding and let us move our deposit to a future date, TBD. We're not wearing our engagement rings right now. We're basically starting over, dating again, rebuilding trust. I moved some of my stuff into a short-term furnished apartment. We're not living together right now. We're taking things slow, one date a week, rebuilding communication, working on boundaries. I don't know if we'll make it. I honestly don't. Some days, I think we can work through this. Other days, I think the relationship died the moment she posted that photo. But I'm giving it a chance. Not because I'm desperate or because I've invested 4 years, but because I believe people can learn from their mistakes if they're willing to do the work. If she screws up again, I'm done. No second chances, no conversations, no therapy. Just done. As for Connor, Rebecca blocked him on everything. He apparently sent one final message saying he hoped everything worked out for us, which I actually appreciated. He's not the villain here. Rebecca's choices are her own. The ring is back in the safe. I'm not sure what its future is. Maybe it'll end up on her finger again someday. Maybe I'll sell it after all. Maybe I'll return it and get something new if we ever get to that point again. Right now, I'm just focused on figuring out what I want and whether this relationship is worth saving. Edit 1. A lot of people are asking why I'm giving her another chance. Fair question. The truth is, 4 years of history doesn't disappear because of one incident. I want to see if she's genuinely willing to change, or if this is just temporary remorse. Edit 2. Someone asked if Connor is married. Yes, he's engaged to someone else, which makes Rebecca's behavior even weirder. She wasn't trying to get back with him, she just wanted his attention. Edit 3. For those saying I should have just ended it, maybe you're right. But I'd rather try and know for sure than walk away and always wonder, what if? If it doesn't work out, at least I'll know I tried. Edit 4. The listing got flagged and removed by the site after someone reported it. Honestly, it had served its purpose anyway. She got the message.